Good morning, folks. For some reason today, I have had the message to get this out to you, everybody. God is working very hard trying to get people's attention. Here in the United States, there has been a whole lot of damage caused from storms, tornadoes, floods, uprisings in neighborhoods, police departments under fire. There's just so much destruction and chaos going on, and it's all over the world, not just here in America. Overseas in the Middle East, they are involved right now in a whole bunch of religious fighting. In the book of Revelation, it talks about all the people that are coming against each other in the end times. God is out there doing his best, trying to call as many of us folks as he can find to witness in his word, to open up the eyes of the people that have forgotten to talk to him or have never been taught about him. The Bible is a good stepping stone for teaching us what God wants us to do, what he recommends us to do. Remember, he gave us free will. He's not forcing us to do anything. He gave us all these beautiful things here on earth and in other parts of the universe, other planets. He gave us the trees and the animals and the grass and the brains to figure out how to do things. But in the process, through the past few years, we have got so selfish and so self-centered, we don't pay attention to our families anymore, our friends. We don't even speak to them anymore. We text. That's horrible. God is shaking his head right along with me. We seem to have gotten so wrapped up in the technologies and the wonderful little game systems and big fancy smart TVs and smartphones and smart watches that we have become totally stupid. So much so that our children, like this little girl here laying on the floor, not feeling well. Nobody's paying attention to their families anymore. It's all about the money. Let's make the money so we can buy another 60-inch TV or another brand new vehicle. We've spoiled the nations. When the Bible talks about the different countries that are involved in the end times, most of us here in America are saying, what is our part in the end times? We see that Iraq and Iran and all the Turkey and the Muslims are fighting against the Christians and the Jews. We see all that happening according to the Bible, but where is the United States? Well, folks, we need to go back to our ancestry and our heritage. We need to go back and find out how many of us are actually the lost tribes of the Jews. You remember in the Bible it talks about the 10 lost tribes? Well, a bunch of our families came here to America a couple of hundred years ago from some of those tribes. So we all have a heritage in the Middle East. And I think today the good Lord is trying to get our attentions by these storms and the floods because we're so wrapped up in the money and the personal items that we forgot about family, that he wants us to see it don't take much to lose everything we have. And if he has to take it all away so that you can turn around and appreciate the family that is still alive, and to turn to your family and friends once again, and forget about all the material items, and get your mind set back on what's really important in this world. We are suffering through tribulation, and it's going to get a whole lot worse. I feel sorry for the folks that they think we're going to get raptured on out of here. Well, you know what? God is trying to teach us a lesson, and he's trying to find out which one of us really believe in him and have the faith and that are willing to serve the people that we live with and live around? How many of us are going to have a truly good heart and cruelty back into heaven? If you don't have a good heart, you're not getting in. And he's trying to turn us around, open our hearts, our eyes, our minds, to realize in just a few minutes' time he can take all this away. Everything you have is gone. And all you have left is family and friends and your critters. And those are the most important things in the world. And God is trying to get us to see that. So I'm here to tell you, fix your homes, don't give up, but turn your mind to what's important. Turn your mind away from all the valuable items and work for your family. Instead of buying that 60-inch TV, gather the money together and take your family out camping around a campfire without blow dryers, curling irons, and PS3s, and get out to the campfire and think up a funny, scary story to tell around the campfire. Or make those s'mores with chocolate and graham crackers and marshmallows. Drop that hot dog in the fire and figure out who's going to ditch it out. Go back to family and friends. Go back to neighbors having block parties. Everybody bringing something to the barbecue. Sitting out in the front yard and talking while you're watching the kids play in the backyard in the little plastic swim pool. Or the garden hose. The sprinkler was always good enough for us when we was kids. Or plain old nozzle on the end of it where you could shoot the kids. Water guns. The fun stuff. We have lost the fun in life. And God is trying to get us to come back to it. You see all these pictures? Flooded homes. What's it going to do? They had to throw everything out. Nothing's any good. But they have their strength, their energy, their family, friends, neighbors, pitching in, trying to help, trying to fix things. And that's what God's trying to do. And I'm sorry so many folks are going through so many hardships. These tribulation times are going to get worse and worse until the world turns itself around and starts realizing what's really important. So, I don't know what else to say. I know I'm supposed to preach God, and I know the world is tired of hearing preaching. Most of you won't open a Bible. It's too hard to read. I can't understand the language. But the basics of it is, God gave us the ability to live here on this planet. He gave us the smarts to figure out how to use the things that He has created to make a better life. Not to destroy each other, not to figure out how to put an atom bomb together to blast up the next nation, not how to send satellites out there in space that'll come crashing down to Earth. He wants us to enjoy what He's given us. And look, this is what the winds can do. Now, if those folks hadn't cut down all the trees around that area, that wind wouldn't have been able to get to that home. But we don't think about that. We cut them down because they're in the way. We don't want to deal with the branches. Pick up all them branches and have to rake all them leaves. We'll just cut it down all the trees, get them out of our way, and we won't have to worry about nothing but mowing the yard. And looky there. God's natural protection, let the winds destroy the house. We're taking advantage of what He's given us, not thinking about what we're doing, not caring about what we're doing. We're ruining the planet. We're spoiling the children. They won't get up off the couch to get their own sandwich if their life depended on it. At 15, they expect mom to still make their sandwich. And it's mom and dad's fault for letting them get that way. for not teaching them. Get up off the couch and make your own sandwich. I'm not your slave. You got 2 hands, use them. I know I sound old and rugged and real bitter sometimes, but I think somebody needs to be, because the nation has just gotten spoiled, fat, sassy, don't care about anybody else, only care about themselves. Me, me, me. Turned into a throwaway society. Throwing children away, throwing pets away, throwing family away. Oh, I don't like you anymore, so I want a divorce. They're making it so easy, and it's just a damn shame. Wake up, folks. Our world is coming to a very quick end here. I would like to see you on the other side. But until you change your hearts around and realize what's really important and change your way of living, these disasters here are what you got to look forward to. More and more tribulation, more and more trials, more damage, more problems, more thievery, looting, the damage from hurricanes and from earthquakes, flooding going on. Look at all them cars. Might be a $30,000 cars there, and I see about 15 of them, so imagine what the insurance company has to pay out. Oh, well, actually, it's about time they pay out something, but those cars aren't going to do anybody any good now, and neither is that water. All the concrete bent over by the floods, and people don't realize how fast and how hard those waters move. They move houses right off their foundations, come up and smack onto them, and what do you have left? A mess to clean up, no place to live, and I pray your family made it through it. All the gold, the fancy TVs, PS3, and what she had left. A couple of coffee cups and a bowl. The house is gone. It doesn't take much. The whole town, the stores, all the damage that they go through, they have to rebuild in order to open up again. Some of those stores don't have the money to rebuild, and we all know the insurance companies aren't going to come through. So what do? They close the doors. More and more jobs are lost because of the flooding. More and more homes gone. Look at all those trees destroyed. When God tries to get his message across to us, he will do whatever he needs to do to get us to understand, to get us to wake up. People, so many people lost in the floods. So many people out there trying. They don't know each other, and they don't care what color they are right now. They're just trying to figure out how to help somebody keep from drowning. Isn't that something important? They don't care about the color. They care about fixing things and helping. Our beautiful yards? Nah. God can take it all away in just a few short seconds. Our homes, we spend so much money on and so much time on. This is what we need to do, folks. We need to put the flag back in our school, respect for our country back in the life of the people that live here, and we need to pray to God to refurbish our country and bring us back to him. That's what we need to do. Open your eyes, folks. God loves us. He's trying to save us. Start saying your prayers and start thinking about what's really important out there in this world. I'm sure once you get thinking about it, you'll see I'm right. And the only way to make it through the tribulation is to understand where your heart belongs and what's really important in this world. My prayers are with you, folks. We're sending out as much love as we can send. prayers to you.